buy the ticket up to 15 days before you plan to use it. However, the seats on the bus are first come first serve, so you're not actually buying a time or a seat, you're just buying a ticket to get it.
This ticket is only one of a few options, and we chose it because it has the return bus trip as well as the roadway for the Sun Moon Lake.
The ticket is quite cool. It doubles as a brochure. There's actually a lot of information on here as well as coupons such as to different shops. On the other side, it's got a map with all the bus routes.
Most of this information is actually both in English and in Chinese.
So it's a very informative ticket slash brochure.
We'll link the website, which has all the information of all the other combination passes together in our article, which will be linked in the description below. This place opens overnight, so they start at 7 p.m. for dinner, and they open all throughout the night and close at 11 o'clock in the morning the next day. So this style is pick it yourself. You take a plate and you put whatever you want on it. You take it down to the end of the counter and you pay for it there. They also have a menu up the top, so you know exactly everything they have to offer. You can order something from the top or look for it on the counter.
The bus might be scheduled, but I'm pretty sure since there's a limited number of seats, they'll stop you if there's not enough for you to get on. We noticed that people were lining up to half an hour before the first bus got here. Pay attention to which bus you're getting on at, because this bus company actually takes you to a few different locations. There's Chinese and English at the front where you normally see the location and routes.
Arrived. We're at the Shui Sheep Visitor Center, but it seems like it's still being developed. Well, we're gonna take a look around.
In the mountainous areas of Taiwan, they grow a lot of tea. So in Alishan and in the Sun Moon Lake area, there's plenty of tea plantations. So one of the souvenirs you can get in these areas is tea.
We're taking the round the lake bus. They actually ripped off the appropriate coupon and gave us this. This actually lasts the entire day. We just hang on to it and show this whenever we need to take the bus. And we can't reuse the coupon anymore.
So that's the 9 frogs stacked. Normally there are 9 frogs, but with high rainfall or high tide, the frogs are submerged in the water.
Why does it exist?
I don't know. I think it can tell you how deep the water is, I think, at any point.
We're just gonna keep walking the next 1.6 kilometers along
To the roadway. It's a really nice walk. You can see the lake.
I wonder if it runs around the whole lake. It seems like it might possibly do that. It's not ideal for bike riding because there are stairs up and down once in a while. We've reached, something.
Is that the roadway?
We finally got inside after you dragged me in.
Yeah, we took pictures of lots of the cherry blossoms.
Since we have the coupon, we have to go upstairs to exchange the ticket. Yeah, so this really could go down all the way to the bottom where we started.
I reckon.
Crystal Cabin has glass bottom. That has normal bottom cable cars. No line, huh?
Yeah, we're so lucky. because it's not busy, we get our own cabin, which is really cool.
We don't have to line up for the glass bottom. We get our own cabin.
And we caught the Indian cherry blossoms.
That is incredible.
And the weather's so good. It's honestly so stunning. The lake is so gorgeous.
Formosan Aboriginal Culture Village entrance. It's not a part that we paid for, so we can't go in. But it seems to be a theme park and also some sort of learning experience. We can, however, look at souvenirs. We're gonna try the regular cabin now, see if we notice a difference. What did you think? Glass bottom or not glass bottom?
I don't think you have to wait. I didn't notice. Underneath the cable car, there's pretty much nothing but forest, grass, trees.
It's nice to have the glass bottom, but you do forget about it.
And you don't necessarily want to be waiting 3 hours when you could be waiting half an hour in peak season.
Eat the Thao.
The start of our eating.
What is this? What is Eat the Thao?
The village area. The specialties you have to eat in Thao are boar meat, bamboo tubes of sticky rice, and millet wine. Also Aboriginal guabao.
Well, let's try
we
to
can
find them. Yeah. We got guabao. This is the biggest one because why not? Go for it. That tastes like Taiwan.
So many textures and flavors all in one go.
The pickled vegetables are actually a little bit sweet, which I didn't expect at all.
That is so good.
It is the perfect temperature. Like, I cannot explain.
I think it's a little on the salty side, so people who don't like super salty food might not like this as much, but to me it's not too salty actually.
How do I do that? Round 2 is the wild boar sausage. It's so fatty. It's surprisingly tender too. I think the skin might be a bit thick around the outside. It's a good texture.
It's a little sweet. There's some spices in there.
This time we got the millet dumplings, and she asked if we wanted chili sauce, so we got to pour it on top. Honestly, it just is like rice to me. The texture is very similar to just a very mushy, sticky rice.
Oh, there's meat inside. See if that's any different. Maybe they use the mountain pork for this one too.
And the meat is very minimal. You don't get a lot, but otherwise,
It tastes like your typical glutinous rice Chinese dumplings, the zhongzi. But I think it's less sticky.
it's not bad. It's not bad.
The shop that we bought the wild boar sausage and the millet dumpling from is an Aboriginal cuisine shop. It seems to be pretty popular. I'm not sure if it's because it's one of the only ones open at this time of year. Maybe it's a weekday, so it's not very busy. But they seem to be selling it for a bit cheaper than everywhere else.
What's the next thing you chose?
I chose millet rice mochi.
It smells like peanuts on top.
Yeah, there's several flavors at the front, both savory and sweet flavors. We got the black sugar and peanut flavor. It smells really good. It smells really peanutty. That looks like an interesting texture.
Oh, where's my mochi is really interesting. It's crunchy on the outside. It has a really soft, stretchy texture. The brown sugar and peanut combination is almost like eating a really good coffee or brittle. Like the black sugar does taste a bit like coffee. It's got like hints of coffee, and then with the peanuts it makes it taste like a brittle. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by this one. This is our last stop, and it was very busy before, but unfortunately we couldn't catch that now. But it is a black tea ice cream.
I think the shop sells generally tea and ice cream.
This
one I think is the one that's the most popular.
Oh my god.
Wow, the black tea is so strong. It tastes like milk tea, but like a really nice black tea flavor, like the full rounded tea flavor
Without the bitter. And it's not overly sweet.
It is a little icy, but it's definitely very, very good for a soft serve. You know what we still have? The nuts. Rice mochi. I don't think it improves it per se, but it just goes well together.
We're at another food place.
Yeah, we're at Matcha Prince. I believe that's their store name.
But we're trying the red tea, Taiwan's number 18, which is a famous black tea from the Sun Moon Lake area. We're trying it hot because that's how you're supposed to consume tea. And then we'll add sugar once we know what it actually tastes like. It smells like your typical Taiwanese black tea.
Drink it, drink it, drink it.
It's like a fruity tea with no sourness. Wow, no, seriously, try it.
It's not like black tea.
Oh wow.
I thought it would be bitter. Just a tiny bit of licorice. And then a very nice rounded black tea. Slightly fruity.
Like a floral scent at the back of your throat.
But no sourness and no bitterness.
We're about to take one of the boats to the pier. There are 3 boat piers around the lake, and if you buy the big day pass tickets that we got, you can take any of them, I think all of them once.
I thought that the boats would go in all directions, 1, 2, and 3. But what we were told is that we can only go from here up this way, so possibly it only moves in a circular direction. Did you know? There are different stamp places in different parts of the lake. You can go to 4 different temples, 4 churches, and they each provide stamps in the shape of a specific character.
This is only applicable to people who buy these Sun Moon Lake passes. So if you do have the opportunity, they're actually scattered all around the lake, so it's not difficult to find them.
We're only able to get 1 stamp. Both of these are exactly the same, but she let us choose 2 different magnets. So there we are. It's late. But we are back.
We are back.
Well, I think it was a really good day.
The timing went really well, better than I expected.
There are a couple more things we want to say before we round it off, so here it goes.
I kind of wish we spent a night in Sun Moon Lake. It seems to be sort of a resort area. There's tons of hotels, like really nice ones, a lot of backpacker accommodations too.
There are a lot of sauna and spa options, like a lot of resort and retreat options as well.
Even then, I think that even though we took a 2-hour bus there and like a 1.5 to 2-hour bus back, it still wasn't as tiring as I expected it to be.
No, right now I feel pretty refreshed actually. I don't feel tired. And everything went smoothly.
But definitely recommend getting the pass. Not necessarily the 791. There are a few other options that you can take a look at. It made everything really stress-free.
That pass was really convenient. We could use all the coupons attached to it as tickets directly, so we didn't need to line up for ticketing at all.
Even though we didn't save a huge amount because we didn't really maximize the ticket options, we walked around a lot of the lake. It was still really convenient, and I would recommend getting the pass.
Souvenirs. There are 2 main things that Sun Moon Lake really has to offer. The first being owls.
And the second is tea.
The locals at Sun Moon Lake consider owls as the guardian deity, kind of the protective spirit over the Sun Moon Lake area.
The tea that Sun Moon Lake is special for is known as number 18 tea, or ruby black tea.
All over the Thao area and the Shui Pier, you can find the tea products. On top of that, you can buy a lot of different tea products.
There are a lot of places in Taiwan that are special for tea, and it's mostly the mountainous areas. A couple include Gaoshan and Alishan, which are both mountains, and you can also buy those teas in the Sun Moon Lake area.
They also sell another particular type of tea, that's Assam Tea. Assam Tea is not Taiwanese, but it is actually one of the major teas that they sell at Sun Moon Lake. Cheaper number 18 teas will actually be a blend of Assam Tea and number 18 tea.
So make sure you check whether the one that you are getting is pure number 18 or a blend of both.
You can pretty much taste test teas in most of the stores that you go to. Do ask and they'll probably offer you a sample.
Make sure you check both the price and the weight, because some look cheaper but it's only like half the volume of everything else.
Otherwise, I think that's it. We had a really good day. Couldn't recommend it more.
As per usual, all the information we mentioned in this video, as well as addresses and opening times, and the link to where you can find the bus passes, everything will be in our article, which will be linked in the description below.
As to where we are now, follow us on Instagram at twinspeakyitgo. See you next time!
Please don't.